Hello Internet, I'm HamsterBomb and I'm bringing you guys some up-to-date news on what the heck has been going on with my channel at the moment. And I know that people on Twitter especially have been asking a lot about this because I was posting some news update on Twitter saying, hey, my partnership just stole hundreds of dollars from me, and I'm going to explain all of that in this video and basically go into why I think you should never join a partnership ever. But basically, if you guys wanted to get like up-to-date news and stuff like that, here's the link for Twitter. It's right here on the main page. The Facebook page and the Google Plus page are up there as well, but mainly the Twitter one's there for the news. Because just cutting really short to the end of this, the long story short of like how this affects the channel, because TGN is now off my channel, basically to try and make up for everything that they stole, and I'll explain all of that later. I do have the donation tab that's finally up on the main page now. This is also where you can make donations for adding names to the hat for Pokemon Randomizer and stuff like that, so that's still cool. But with a partnership, you're actually not allowed to even have these things. So right now, I'm monetized through YouTube, which, whatever, I think it's fine. But basically, I know you all want to hear what the heck even happened. And honestly, I really want to know what even happened. Going back about a month now, I think. Yeah, about a month. It's been a long time. I was trying to give these guys the benefit of the doubt, and I didn't want to make a video straight up complaining about a company, especially one that, you know, is paying me, and so far I've had an okay relationship with. All of a sudden, they just like switched gears, and I guess decided that my channel's revenue for the summer was worth more to them than keeping me for, I don't know, what, a few years or so, and instead canned me and took all the money for themselves. So I have my analytics tab up here. I was going to jump over there and show you guys just in a bit, but just to explain really briefly what happened. If you guys know anything about the monetization drop that happened about the same time, about a month back, I know I didn't make a video on it, but basically what happened was YouTube changed some of their requirements for what it takes to monetize a video. A bunch of people's videos got unmonetized all of a sudden. They had to go back and remonetize them all again. Whatever, you know, that's not that big of a deal. If anything, sometimes they had to fight for the rights for some things. Sometimes they had to claim that, you know, they didn't do these things that YouTube is claiming they did. Basically, they're just being more strict on it. And that didn't affect me at all, funnily. It didn't. Because days later, TGN disappeared off of my channel, like without a trace. And I thought, okay, that's kind of weird. And actually, I'm going to jump over to analytics now to show you this. Yeah, I'll explain all this stuff later, but basically, jumping into the revenue, obviously the point where this jumps back on is the day that I decided I'm just turning this on for YouTube. I don't trust them anymore. So we're back here a ways. I don't remember what day exactly it was. I probably got records somewhere. But all of a sudden, my analytics plummeted to 0, and I thought, okay. And it was 0 throughout, like for years past. So I was like, okay, something's clearly wrong here. But, you know, YouTube sometimes has hiccups. It messes up on some days, so I pass it off as nothing. Another few days happen, and I'm thinking, okay, this is weird. Something's wrong. Why am I still supposedly getting 0? And then I found out I actually was getting 0. And, you know, YouTube's analytics are sometimes so unreliable that I can't even figure out if that's true or not. But anyway, I sent a message to TGN and said, hey, where did you guys go? You were on my channel before, and you suddenly disappeared, and because of that, I have been making nothing for a long time. And they didn't respond. You know, about 5 days passed. I sent another message, still nothing. And then eventually, I get to this point where I'm at a breaking point. I turn it back on YouTube's, and I start making revenue. Obviously, I need to, because this is part of my income. This is really important to me. Like, I have so much that I need to pay for with the house and the wedding, and there's so many things that I need to pay for that I can barely afford already. And with how much they stole, which is what I believe they did, and honestly, if they get back to me and they prove me wrong about this, I'll take the video down. I don't care, but right now, they need to be called out on what they just did because it's ridiculous. Okay, so for the most part, I'm going to back this way up, all the way, whole thing. Actually, no, that's not even going to show you the whole thing. I'm going to show you lifetime. Okay, so back on lifetime here, there should be that little blip right there. I know it's like so small it's not even registering. Oh gosh, actually we're not even responding because that's so huge. There we go. Okay, so as you see, my channel was just open and didn't do anything for a very long time until this point. Oh gosh, it's breaking. I'm gonna drop it here. Okay, so there is the window of when YouTube's revenue was turned off and TGN's was turned on. That's what I wanted you guys to pay attention to. So all this time, okay? So that's a very, very, very long time. Originally when they signed me up, the scouter actually lied to me and told me several lies. The first one that he lied about was saying that... Actually, now there's a lot of lies now that I think about it. The first one was that I could drop at any point. If I ever didn't like TGN for whatever reason, I could leave. I found out that that was not the case around like 6 months later. I got really mad at them for other things that they did, and I'm not even going to go into it now, and I wanted to leave. They would not even let me do it. And I said, well, that's not even in your contract. I actually read the contract. I'm one of those people who actually will read through all of that because technically this is a job of mine and it doesn't pay that much, I know, but it's important because it does pay at least for like my food, you know, or my gas. Not quite the gas, but you know, it pays for things that I need. And for the most part, I kind of considered it paying for equipment that I needed for YouTube. So, or replacing things or getting new computer parts, things like that. And basically, he lied about that. The other things that they were lying about was, oh gosh, I'm losing my mind right now because my head's been spinning from all of this. Oh yeah, so originally the guy says that he's going to sign me for an 80-20 revenue split. And the way he sells that to me is by saying that YouTube will give you a 50-50 revenue split, which is true, but that's kind of misleading because YouTube will inevitably give you a 50-50 revenue split. What he didn't say was that the 80-20 comes out of my 50%. So I'm actually making less money going through him. He was lying to me and trying to phrase it in a way that made it sound like I'd be making a lot more money, obviously, like 30% more. And I thought, okay, well, what's the downside of that? I don't understand. Like, if you're gonna give me gaming-related ads, you know, I can, you know, regulate how few of them there are because I hate ads on YouTube personally. I never have the non-skippable kind. I want them to like go away, you know, just do their thing, and they'll slowly pull in some sort of revenue because the revenue's not too important to me. It's more about I love making these videos and this content, and I want people to enjoy them. But obviously, I need them to fund themselves at the very least. So that was important. And so he lied about the fact that the 80-20 of how it was actually being split, because I had asked him about that multiple times, and he insisted, no, it comes out of our own revenue and has nothing to do with YouTube's anymore. So he said, they have 50-50, you have 80-20. So that was really frustrating when I found that out. Also, big thing I found out, which is even worse, and I'd read the contract completely, like I said, and I know it said 80-20, and I have emails proving that. I'm not going to show you that because that would actually break my contract, which apparently TGN doesn't care if they break their contract, but I'm at least going to honor it because, you know, I'm going to be the better person here and try and get back what was rightfully mine, this big gap. But anyway, he said he would sign me up for 80-20, even though, you know, I realized it was cutting into my own profits by 20%. He signed me up for 60-40. He told me 80-20, he gave me 60-40, even though the contract said 80-20. So everything that was in here was actually 20% less than it should have been. This gap, this empty area. Everything I've made for years, they'd been stealing a good amount from it. Now, that's not the big thing that I'm saying that they were stealing from me. There obviously was the more recent events that have been happening, because I just recently found out about all of this at the same time. Well, not all of it, but most of this. And so, for the most part, as you can imagine, everything was lower and I was making a lot less. This region in here, this summer, is when the channel really exploded. And to give you a better view of that, I'm going to go back to the overview, and we're going to look... Oh, shoot, is it showing everything? It is, yeah, this is showing everything. But we're going to click on just on views. And I'm going to zoom in just to the summer because we obviously don't need to see everything. But for the most part, that's how my channel has been for a very long time. It's been very slow moving, which is fine. I didn't mind. This was good for me down here. And then all of a sudden, boom, it did very well. And that was the beginning of the summer. I'm gonna zoom in just to this section so you guys can see this. That was that section exactly where the revenue was taken from, by the way, guys. And this is a lot. And when I could see this, when TGN was still technically partnered on my YouTube channel, which I don't know why they're not now, like I said, but anyway, they won't respond. The revenue that came out of here was very high and very helpful. I need this. And the big problem with TGN I had with them paying you is they pay like several months back, like 3 months back, I think. It's ridiculous. And so you basically get paid for whatever month was 3 months ago. So I just got June, like sometime last month, I think. Maybe it's 2 months back. I don't remember, but it's like crazy far back. I'm not gonna add it up right now, but still, I got like this beginning chunk, which was obviously the biggest that we're looking at. And it became really obvious because I was calculating on YouTube exactly how much that should be bringing in, and I found out that their percentages were wrong. They had lied to me about them. It was not very obvious when the revenue was this low. If you go back here, this I couldn't really calculate it, and I was like, you know, I got another 40 bucks. Yeah, sure, sweet, yay, it's great, it's helpful. It'll help me buy a new microphone, or help me buy a, you know, it'll go into a fund. Maybe after another month I can buy another webcam or a light or something. You know, it doesn't do much. But this was important, and this really needed to go into new computer parts in particular because my computer's been crashing and I know what I need to fix. So, this part of the revenue, I find out, hey, this isn't right at all, and I was about to contact them about it, and they dropped off my channel completely. They didn't tell me anything. If there was something in the contract that even mentioned that after a certain amount of time, they are just going to drop out, they gave me no alerts whatsoever. If anything, they're still sending me messages like of their garbage spam stuff like, hey, you should watch our videos doing this. I'm like, I don't care. They also still have me in their system, I know, because I can still log into their other supporting sites through my account with them, which exists everywhere other than YouTube. I don't understand like what they actually did here. If anyone's been partnered with TGN recently and knows what the heck has happened, please tell me, because they sure won't. And honestly, I will take them to small claims over this. Like, I will take legal action if they're not going to pay me what they should, because basically, these arches are still really high. These are very high. I know this thing's kind of biasing you, but try and ignore that for now, okay? Like, I'm gonna move over here. This is a lot of views, okay? And this is a lot of revenue that's missing. This chunk in particular, actually backing up, it's really from here. About from here, let me see. Yeah, it's actually a little earlier from here, of the months that they still have yet to pay me. This is the important part. This is how I lost hundreds right now. I found out recently that I've lost way more than that, probably closer to 1,000, if not a little more than $1,000 from them. They, for the most part, are probably never going to pay me this chunk, which is the most important chunk. Like I said, I was going to explain briefly why everything is going down really far recently, and it's school. Don't freak out about that. It's just because most of the people who are watching my content are in school right now, you know? So I'm not really concerned about that at all. If anything, I knew the summer is what's really going to help out the channel, and that's going to put the funds in that I need. And they, I think, knew that the channels generally are going to stay down for a while, thought, hey, you know, this channel just got a huge surge in views and revenue. It's actually more valuable to us to cut him off, take his revenue, never respond to him again, and we're going to make more that way than keeping him for 5 years, you know? And I wouldn't be surprised if they did that, because they've already lied to me so many times, and now I'm down like $1,000 or so, and that's it's so huge and it's so frustrating, and I don't know what to do anymore. Like I said, if you guys know anything about what the heck is up with TGN lately, please let me know. But this is a ton of money that they stole from me, and there's like really nothing I can do other than turn on my own revenue, which it's obvious it's way too late. Obviously, we're way down here. So for me to actually start getting anything, now that I know, it would have been better the whole time had I just kept YouTube as my monetization. It had nothing to do with TGN. I've really had nothing but problems with them. They offer you extra things like, oh, we're gonna give you sponsorships. They never will. We're gonna let you put your videos on our channel, but we're gonna change the revenue split back to 50-50. That's a frickin' lie. If anything, you're getting 25% because YouTube's taking 50. They're not telling you that. And aside from that fact, they're never gonna take your videos. Ever. They will never take your videos. Even if you brand it perfectly, you make exactly what they ask for, they will not do it. They have a very select few amount of people who actually work for them making their videos, and they will not take yours. So that's fun. They basically, it's like the whole thing is like a giant scam, and they're just going around taking people's money, taking too much of it legally. Like, their contracts don't even say that they're allowed to take what they did. They said 80-20, which already, I know, I'm gonna admit it as say it was my own fault. I fell for the guy's lie, which was saying that the 80-20 was it was out of my paycheck of the 50%. I'm gonna take that as my own failure of believing his lies. The contract still said 80-20. They owe me 20% more of everything I've ever made from them, and they owe me that now. They also owe me this huge chunk of money. Huge. That is hundreds of dollars, if not close to 1,000. That is everything I've made in the summer when the channel exploded. That is a ton. That is so much that they owe me, and I have no way to contact them. If you guys can give me some advice, if we can get them to respond to me somehow, and if they seriously if this is what we're doing, this is what we find out from you guys' advice, if you guys know anything about TGN, then I'm just gonna start threatening them. Seriously, I'm gonna get your guys' help and spam their support, send them thousands of messages, because this is ridiculous. I've already sent them 3 messages now. One that was threatening legal action, one that showed all of the information proving my point of why they need to owe me this as much as they do, and they're just not responding. From what I can understand, they're playing stupid. Their YouTube channel is still posting stuff. Their Facebook page is still posting stuff. I know they're still in operation. They didn't go out of business or anything. And if anything, I think this is how they operate. They screw people over as soon as they decide that your revenue is worth more stealing it from you than waiting for a few years for you to make it up for them to get their 40%. Apparently it's 40%, not 20%. But anyway, I don't want to make this way too long. I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on, why I am down so much money, why I'm so behind on videos, and, well, I mean, I know you guys don't see that because I still post stuff as frequently as I normally do, but why, all the extra kinds of videos are going down. I'm gonna see if I can find some, just an example, top 10 stuff, theory videos, gaming montages, why vlogs and events and things like that, why those aren't coming up as frequently is because of how much this hurt, how much more I have to try and do at other jobs to make up for how much they stole, and it really hurts. It does. So seriously, guys, I know some people have mentioned that they wanted to help out somehow if they could, so if there's anything that you guys can help out with, it's right here. Fortunately, I'm allowed to have my support this channel button placed on the channel again, but either way, that's all. And if anything I can tell you guys that you can get out of this, it's never partner. Just never partner with them. They will lie to you. They will give you contracts that say stuff that they are not going to hold up to, and they will do whatever it takes to take your money. That's what's important to them. It is not you all the time. No matter what, don't do it, okay? So, I guess that's all I got. So anyway, thank you guys so much for any donations that you can send my way or any information you can tell me about TGN. Like I said, if they get back to me and they send me some new information, I'll give you guys an update and I'll let you guys know what's going on. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like the videos and subscribe for more, and I will see you all in the next video. See you.